Hi, Karen Carreras-Hubbard here. Welcome again to the course on information literacy. This is kind of an interesting class because it is not credit bearing and it is self-paced. So although it will go on for the entire semester, if you finish it in a week, that's great. If it takes you the entire semester, that's fine too. It's at your own pace. The whole point of the class is to give you the skills that you need and the tools that you need to succeed in college. And however long that takes you, because I know you all live busy lives, you probably have a full course schedule. However long it takes you, that's fine. So let me show you a little bit about navigating this class. I have to tell you, I'm new at this myself, so it is not complete at the time that I'm doing this recording, but I will go through what I have up here just so you could kind of see how you will be progressing. So at the very top, there is an announcement. I'm going to be changing the film I made on the top, but it is a welcome, and I will have more information in here, exactly general news and announcements about this class. It's just a kind of a general introduction and welcome. The syllabus is probably more important. Let me just scroll, see if I can move this down. So anyways, the syllabus, with the constantly changing name for what the class is called, is basically a welcome, but it's also the ground rules for how the class will function. And it starts with, my welcome message, and then a little bit about navigating the class. Again, the class is for the entire length of the semester. We don't give any credit for it, but we will award a certificate, which you can pass on to your professor if you were assigned this class, or it is suitable for framing. Nothing wrong with having sheepskins for your wall. Anyways, then it goes on to navigating, and most of the modules are pretty self-explanatory. You'll see a few things are restricted, which means that you cannot progress until you have taken the steps before that. So you finish the modules before that. And there aren't a lot of those, but that is just to ensure that you don't jump ahead, not because I don't want you to jump ahead, you can on some of the things, but because you probably need the information in the modules before the ones that are a little later on to really understand them. So this way you have the full experience and all of the tools that you need in order to succeed on later modules. Technology information is given, the type of computers you need, what you need, a little bit about netiquette. I will ask that you be respectful. There are forums on this site as well as an ongoing group glossary that you'll be adding to. So if you could remember the other humans that are watching or reading this, that would be great. Other things we have in here, learning resources, and I will probably add a little bit to that to let you know what we have out there. The Disabilities Center, of course, if you need to contact Pam Farron, she can come up with all sorts of accommodations in the event that there is something about the course that I've constructed that you might need some additional help. I've tried to make it universally designed, so I am still going through it to make sure that readers will read it for people that might use those. And those are computer readers. But anyways, if there is any issue, she and I can work on this with you. And then the syllabus for the course, exactly what's in the course. So not only what do I expect, but what are the goals and the objectives and what I'm hoping that you're going to learn at the end of it so that you fully know what the different steps are in this class. So what you are going to be learning. And then the next thing is a tell me about yourself section right here. And that is, I'd like to know about you, and that's the beginning forum. So that way we can introduce ourselves, and I will be commenting on these. I'm opening up here the first module. Why do I have to write a paper? So what are you doing here? Why should you care about information literacy? Why is it important to your academic as well as your future career and your life, actually. And I tell you a little bit about why, and I hopefully have made it interesting. So I always list at the very beginning what the module's contents are, what you'll be viewing, what you'll be working on. There are a lot of interactive tutorials, not an awful lot of reading, although I actually did write a small book that's in one of these. And when I say a small book, it's like 5 pages if it's that long, and a lot of pictures. But for the most part, it's watching videos and then working on interactive tutorials, which hopefully are pretty engaging. There are some quizzes, and here's an example of a restricted, in that you cannot get to this until you look at the interactive tutorial, contribute to the glossary, and actually begin to contribute to the glossary. So the first section on this is why is research important? The second is what is inquiry? And then why use a strategy? And you can see whenever I put my cursor over the button, you'll see the contents show up. And it'll tell you exactly how many tools. There's a short book. There are 4 pages. There are 3 URLs, a forum. External tools are probably videos and interactive tutorials. The why use a strategy is the longest. So this is almost like a double section. Whose authority, which is all about evaluating your sites, and then how is scholarship a conversation? And this is important because this is all about who's the authority. Just because something is on the internet, just because it's in a scholarly journal, is the person really an authority? And what are you an authority of? And what does authority mean? As well as citations and ethically using information. We do have a plagiarism policy here at BCC, and most people that break it are just totally unaware of it. So what I want to do is make you aware of what plagiarism really is, how that ties into authority, and what it means in terms of your academic career and avoiding it. So I have all sorts of interactive tutorials to make sure and ensure that you don't make that mistake. The other thing I do talk a little bit about here is privilege. Information is power, and information is privilege. And what does that mean? So that should be an interesting module to go through. Escape from the library is a library escape room. So when you finish all these modules, you get to go into the escape room, and hopefully you have garnered the skills and learned about enough tools so that you'll be able to get out. Hopefully it's fun. I'm going to have some sound effects in there that are kind of cool. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of give you this introduction and show you, what is expected, what you're going to be seeing. This is what is inquiry. You can see the resources are usually right on the top, learning activities, and a quiz if there are any. And you can see the contribute to the group glossary is throughout the entire set of modules. So that is not just unique to why is research important and what is inquiry. It's not in the why use a strategy, but it's in the other two. The only other thing I wanted to tell you about, and it has to do with how it load. I've created a number of different resources here, and there is one type of resource that loads a little funky. It's just the way it works. And I wanted to show you that. So it's going to, the way it's organized is, you begin, and let's see if I can make this a little bigger so you can see the screen here. So this is kind of a small window, but I'm not too sure. Oh yes, no, it doesn't. So you see there are two areas. This column has the instructions. This column has actually an interactive box. So you will be able to, as you scroll down this, you'll see how that scrolls down. So that if I'm telling you here, go to, let's say, the database page, you'll be able to do that. You'll see the database page. Now, what might happen, and actually it did just happen, is it may open it up in a new box. And in that case, what you want to do is look up to the top again and find the little pink cloud, because that's going to bring you back to the instructions. So it depends on the browser you're in, but there's the A to Z databases. It's actually showing up the where you clicked on shows up here, but the actual database page opened up to a second page. So if that happens, just know that you could toggle back and forth. So I did want to show you that. That is important because that could get a little confusing. There aren't many of those. I think there's a total of 3, and they are library created resources, and they're really cool. They really take you step by step so that you're actually searching without in a guided search, some of our resources. But it does have that one little kind of strange feature that it may open up, depending on your browser, into a new tab. But anyway, so that's kind of it in a nutshell. And I really look forward to seeing you in this class. Take care. Bye-bye.